We got leaked audio, Dirt.
When it leaks, it's not good. We got to find the leakers.
So I'm a little hesitant here because I'm getting closer and closer to being conditioned to not believe the internet. Now, I know it's not AI.
No, it is not AI.
And I want to believe this is indeed Penn State Athletic Director Pat Kraft, this leaked audio.
Yeah, I think you have to say reportedly this is Pat Kraft, but there are Penn State people who are now coming out and commenting on this, and there has not been anybody inside that circle that says that's not Pat Kraft. Now, I've never heard Pat Kraft talk before, but I imagine if you're a Penn State fan, you know what your athletic director sounds like, and you would have said that's not him if you could. So
yeah, but then we found out Abdul Carter probably wasn't watching porn. Like,
that wasn't
fake.
very believable. That was.
Sukanik straight up said it's believable.
Is it really?
Saw players do it when he played.
Just hanging out watching porn in the meeting.
You didn't think that was believable?
I mean, not without your headphones on in a team meeting of all the things he gets suspended for. Maybe I'm naive there.
They're football players.
I know they're football players. You got a lot of time on your hands to watch porn.
I know, but
go home and watch porn.
Also, they're football players.
Watch porn before you go to bed.
They don't always think.
Wake up in the morning and watch porn.
Always thinking there. You're right on the Pat Kraft stuff. So far, we haven't seen anybody be able to refute the audio. So this is leaked audio. There's a 35-minute video on the internet.
It's a meeting he had with his players. It's the players at Penn State that are in this meeting.
Yeah, so this is the Penn State roster post James Franklin. This is recently.
What are there, 13 guys left? Who the hell do they even have anymore?
Well, basically, and like he's asked questions by the players there. He's calling out his own roster and saying they're lacking in this position and that position. Anyways, the audio gets leaked. Everybody's been talking about it. And here is AD Pat Kraft. If give you a glimpse, about 29-second cut. He talked about a million different things in this 35-minute leaked audio. Here's 30 seconds of what he talked about.
Like, Ohio State's Ohio State, but it's not like they're way light years better than us talent-wise. Just haven't been able to get over the hump. Michigan stinks. Joke. Cheated their balls off. That's real, by the way. They did. Oregon, quarterback was shaking and over. But we have to win those games.
So it's a little hard to hear there. It's better to listen to it, I think, on a laptop or phone device. Yeah. But basically, he calls out all these teams. The only one he doesn't really say negatively about, I think, is Ohio State.
Yeah, he said it's not like they're head and shoulders above us. The gap isn't that big between us and Ohio State. Maybe 2 years ago that was true, but right now, buddy, good luck.
Check the rosters and recruiting rankings. Get back to me on that one, Pat Kraft.
Montana has a better recruiting class than you right now, Chief.
Only thing he did in this that I heard was I did enjoy him calling Michigan a bunch of cheaters. That's true. That's accurate. But he called your team fraudulent.
Yeah, he went up. There's more in there. It's 35 minutes, as you pointed out. He says, what is there to do in Oregon? There's nothing to do there. Makes fun of the Nike money. Says we're not.
They were Nike school.
Exactly. Basically says that Ohio State and Michigan are true national title contenders. Oregon is fraudulent. That's why they'll never win a national championship. That quote is in there as well.
Yeah, Dante shaking in overtime.
Oregon had the ball twice in overtime in your stadium and scored touchdowns twice. One time on the first play of the drive, a play action pass to Gary Bryant.
But he was shaking.
Didn't turn the ball over.
Look, there is some belief that he actually might end up getting some kind of a Hail Mary win with maybe a Matt Campbell or something.
That is certainly the steam right now. Matt Campbell is the guy, and we'll see if he's the latest to just get an extension with his new school and say no, because I wouldn't touch that job with a 10-foot pole right now.
And I like Matt Campbell. I think what he's done at Iowa State has been amazing. I'm not going to be ready to anoint that some slam dunk. It's going to work higher. There's going to be a little bit of a fit there where you got to wonder, is that guy truly good for that job? That being said, man, I kind of think it's almost become a universal opinion of they have flubbed this. And I'm wondering today for the Penn State fans that have heard this audio that are embarrassed by this, because how are you not?
There's actually been a lot of support for him that I've seen from Penn State people.
Over this video?
They like that he's coming out and fighting and showing that he cares and showing that he's passionate. That's just, I wouldn't have that take, but that's the take that I've seen from some Penn State people.
I'll go check the Reddit page to see if I'm seeing a lot of that support. But this is a bad look for you. You better nail this higher. Otherwise, Your job's probably on the line.
I mean, I would say it should be on the line because he fired a head coach, paid him $50 million, and I know the buyout was eventually dropped because Franklin took the job at Virginia Tech. By the way, he took shots at Virginia Tech's recruiting class, essentially saying the guys that Franklin stole from us, none of them were top 100 recruits, so who the hell cares anyways? Trying to deflect the point that they, again, have only 2 kids currently signed.
Didn't they jump to top 25?
They have a top
recruiting
25 class in the country. That's 125 spots higher than where Penn State's current class is. This to me was the epitome of you're mad at your dad, you're not mad at me. Like, you were lashing out because you are now fearful of losing your job. You're taking shots at everybody and trying to deflect where your program is realistically at because you fired your head coach without a plan to replace him. And you thought you were some dream destination school. And so far, every single coach that you have tried to hire is either A, taking a job somewhere else, or B, sign an extension with their current school. There was a hilarious tweet I saw yesterday, and it was the picture of Noah Whittington with the fumble, no fumble play. Like, was his knee down? And essentially said, this blade of grass has led to like $300 million in contract extensions for coaches around the country because that's the way people are treating the Penn State job. To your point on Matt Campbell, we all know he's a good coach. I got a buddy that's on the staff there. He raves about him, loves him. Like, that is the ultimate question, though, of can a guy who is a great developer of talent and diamond in the rough, and I'm going to win 8-9 games, and that's awesome for Iowa State. Can you scale up? Like, we've had a little bit of this in other jobs. Jonathan Smith was this at Oregon State, and then you go to Michigan State, and it didn't work out for him. I have no clue how Matt Campbell would do. I don't even know if Matt Campbell wants the job because,
he's following Penn State-esque people is what people are finding about his socials. He's starting to follow it, so it looks like that's the steam.
They're going to throw a ton of money at him because they have no other option at this point, and they have to severely overpay to go get somebody.
Which is hilarious.
Again, the scale up of a job, like, it's a totally different job than Iowa State. I think he's an awesome coach. I think he knows exactly what he's doing, but now you're swimming in the recruiting pool with Ohio State, Oregon, USC, and Michigan. And can you out-recruit them and get guys to Penn State? Because it ain't 1985 anymore.
I also love that because DeBoer was doing a press conference yesterday, and he's like, I've never even talked to them.
Yeah, he completely. That's been that bubbling under the surface. DeBoer's their guy. They're just waiting for the SEC title game. And that doesn't look like it, Bob.
So the AD of Penn State, Pat Kraft, caught just talking a lot of S. Oregon, one of those programs, which you can get mad about what he's saying. I'd view it more as a compliment. Yeah, that's what I would say.
We get to play them, not every year, but quite often going forward. We're 2-0 against them. And you think the next time we play Penn State, Dan Lanning's not going to have that fraudulent clip in a pregame speech to his team?
Now, what are we going to think if we find out this is fake? Like, this is what my whole point is. Like, I already have given my opinions on Kraft and how Penn State's handled this. So, like, I'm not adding any more to my opinion.
Sure, it's the same. He's in over his head, and he's done a terrible job.
I'm more just, like, curious, like, what if we find out this is fake? I'm almost done with the wanting to take anything I see or hear on the internet.
Well, I think the other side of it, too, is, there should be a punishment. As much as we enjoy it from a content perspective, this is highly illegal. Like, you can't record somebody without their knowledge of it. And somebody inside that's already been the first take from a lot of people there of like, I'm not mad at Pat Kraft. I'm mad at whoever was the one that recorded it and released the audio.
Yeah.
It goes on for 35 minutes, though. So unless somebody's got a lot of time and effort on their hands to make a 35-minute AI fake speech video that sounds like it was recorded on a cell phone, I genuinely believe that this is real and it got leaked because I think there's people inside that building that are frustrated with how this is all playing out, and they're trying to undermine him. I think this is a concerted effort to publicize these comments in hopes that it leads to his dismissal because, again, the guy has no clue what he's doing, and it's been a disaster.
Yeah, for the most part, too, I'm on their Reddit page. There is a lot of support for him. There's also some people saying, like, I just read the transcript because I'm not listening to a 35-minute. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And there's some people like, yeah, this is definitely embarrassing.
You're in no place to be taking shots at other programs who are atop your conference right now.
Yeah, given everything that's happened with you.
Dude, you're about to slip down that ladder, and I don't know how many years. Maybe Matt Campbell does it in 2 years, but I don't know about that. You're going to have to portal in an entire new team. Good luck climbing back up because Washington just added a top 15 recruit class. USC might have the top class in the country. Ohio State's not going anywhere. Michigan is loaded again. Oregon is loaded. Like, good luck, man. Good luck the next couple of years.